Goodness gracious. Gotta make sure the game audio and everything's on. Xenoverse, please don't be at like 8 billion%. Let's go. Mic volume, let's go. Alright. No misdirection. No misdirection this time. It just works. It's a both stream chats available. Oh, hello. Hello, everyone. Ignoble was actually the first person in the chat. He did the clock with a pointing thing. Look, I need to clarify something. I'm not late to my own stream. All right, that's never gonna happen. It literally starts when I want it to start. Whatever. I don't have to explain myself to you. Hope you guys have been all right. Since Alberto's in here, leave a like or something, and Steve will oil up. I don't know. I mean, you can leave a like, but I don't know about that second part. Oh my goodness. You got to add the first frame into the stream. That's peak. You know what? I should actually control the ads. Okay. One thing I wanted to spend most of the stream talking about was actually about age 1000. I'm still going to call it Xenoverse Ray. I'm so sorry. I did want to finish making my age 1000 video before I streamed about it, but I guess this is a good time for me to get some of my thoughts out of my system before I make my actual video on it, right? So, you know what they say, the more the merrier. Ooh, indeed. I didn't even ask you guys, how did you guys take all the Dragon Ball news? Because I haven't like streamed since then. Actually, it's been even longer since then, since I've streamed, but yeah. Keep it 1000. Indeed, keep it 1000. Hashtag keep it 1000. We talk about John Dragon Ball himself. Truly, truly. His Mission 100 addiction is finally over. Mine isn't. Oh, bro, look, Mission 100 is just new content in general. I'm willing to do it. I'm happy with all the content. Yeah. I would say the only thing I'm not so much excited about is Dragon Ball Super Beerus, because it's literally just the same anime, but with better animation. I don't think the writing is going to improve. It looks like it's just a better animated version of, like, Super. And if I wanted that, I would have just watched the Battle of Gods, so... See, be honest with me, with... Oh, what are the chances the anime is based on Moro or the original? Or original? It's gonna obviously be based on Moro, right? I mean, they're definitely gonna still rewrite things, because they're gonna want a version that's more marketable, like one that they can sell more, right? Maybe they'll give Moro more transformations, or maybe they'll put more relevant, like, minions in the arc, so that way they could sell the minions as merchandise. Maybe they'll make Majin Buu's Hype and Aura moments more Hype and Aura, so that way they could sell another Majin Buu, like another Fat Buu unit in Dokkan, right? The Fat Buu that beats the crap out of Moro, and the Supreme Kai he absorbed as well. They might do something like that. You know, I think all the rewrites they'll do will be so they can sell the things even more. You know, I don't think they'll do any less. It'll only be more. So yeah. With the Beerus, we might see the custom cast get updated. Potentially. That's a good point, actually. The custom partner Beerus surely needs to get an update after Dragon Ball Super Beerus releases, right? There's no way they don't. Okay. Let's see. It's been said by other people, but thank God they didn't start with Beerus. I see. Apparently they're going to remake each arc of Super, not just Beerus. At least that's what I've heard. I think the only ones they need to really redo, if they are going to redo any, is just Resurrection F. Like, I'm not going to say the Goku Black arc is good, but it's fine. The animation in it isn't, like, horrible, and the story is, like, there, I guess. And Tournament of Power is going to be really hard to redo without just cutting out, like, so many episodes from it. Like, you're literally just going to have to cut out, like, a ton of episodes and make it so that way more, like, the pacing would just be, like, way quicker. Which might be better for some people, but I don't know. Oh, yeah, Majin Buu. Yeah, Majin Buu's Japanese voice actor did pass away. I did remember hearing about it. That does actually suck. And then Cell's German voice actor, too. Like, god damn. God damn, universe. Chill. It looks like they got rid of the absorbed God into base thing. He's been using Super Saiyan God in the stratosphere. I'm going to hold my thoughts on that because there's no way they get rid of that. I think it's way too Hype and Aura moment to have Goku go Super Saiyan in the middle of the fight. And then they can only logically explain why Super Saiyan Goku can fight Beerus because he absorbed God into his base. Like, Super Saiyan is still the most popular form, even of Ultra Instinct in the game. Like, so they're probably going to just still use, like, Super Saiyan Goku versus Beerus. And then, because it's too hype, you know? Especially the movie version. They might even reference I Will Not Let You Destroy My World, which the anime fumbled and didn't put in, by the way. They might even have the rights to buy Hero Song of Hope again. You know, because Dragon Ball only makes like over 100 billion a year. So, Keep it 1000, there's definitely Xenoverse 3 or Xenoverse successor in the same way. I want to talk more about it, but okay, look, here's one thing I will say. Even though I want to save all my thoughts really for the actual, like, Age 1000 video. Dragon Ball Online is already... No, Xenoverse 1 is already a spiritual successor to Dragon Ball Online. So whether you like it or not, if they make another Dragon Ball Online game after Xenoverse, that's Xenoverse 3, right? Technically, this game would be Dragon Ball Online 4, if we're being realistic. Because Dragon Ball Online 2 would have been Xenoverse 1, and Dragon Ball Online 3 would have been Xenoverse 2. Because they're all... I'm not saying they're in the same timeline, but Xenoverse is the successor series to Online. I'll talk more about that when I make my actual video on it, but yes. Like, I do want to remind you guys, I do believe Dragon Ball Online and Super Dragon Ball Heroes is where Toa and Mira come from, and also where Fu comes from. But remember, Fu was a baby. He wasn't an adult yet, right? Xenoverse made the original Fu adult design because there's no more Dragon Ball Online, so might as well just have Fu show up here. You know? So, even if people want to go, oh, well, it's not Xenoverse 3, well, it is. It's still a successor to the Xenoverse series. I'm sorry. It just kind of is. We're getting Age 1000 before SJ4 and Xenoverse? Nah, there's no way they don't add SJ4 and Xenoverse by the time Age 1000 comes out, surely. There's no way they messed up, right? And also, people are saying, well, if it was called Xenoverse 3, they would have called it Xenoverse 3 in the trailer. No, they probably wouldn't. They want Xenoverse 2 to make as much money as possible before going, okay, here's the third game. Because if they announce, by the way, here's the third game now, people are going to go, oh, cool, that means I don't have to spend any more for Xenoverse 2. And it's like, why lose out on free money? So, I think I've explained this before. The business strategy of announcing new content when you're not even done with the current content, that was a bad decision for Overwatch, and they paid badly for it. Remember when Overwatch 2 was announced and was releasing, and they were still releasing content for Overwatch 1? No one cared. Because, brother, the sequel's coming out. I'm not going to buy any of that, you know? So, I just realized this camera is not... There we go. I think I barely changed how much it turns, but whatever, it's fine. Oh, some stuff. Thanks so much for the validation. He says, why are we on this slop and not on Code Vein 2? If you guys really, really want to see Code Vein 2, that's like if you know, I really want to stream Code Vein 2 anyways, I'll be real. But I didn't finish Metroid because I streamed it. And Metroid's a game I've been waiting over a decade for. So if you guys really, really want to see Code Vein 2, obviously, please let me know. You know, super chat, leave a like, etc., etc. Because I am willing to beat that game in like a day or two, and I can't do that if I stream it. So, I love Code Vein. I'm not gonna let anything like stifle my enjoyment of Code Vein. All right. If my enjoyment of Code Vein gets stifled, I become a more miserable person, and it becomes even harder for me to make even more content. So I'm not willing to burden myself for no reason. If you guys really want to see Code Vein 2, obviously let me know. But that's a game I'm just gonna like bum out on my own. Overwatch 2, the exact same game, but with a 2 at the end. It literally is the exact same game, yeah. Literally is. The thing with the Mora arc, yeah, no, the Mora arc is good for Dragon Ball. I think I've said this already. The Mora arc is amazing for Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball now has... they're going to have a bigger moveset for Super Saiyan God, right? Because Vegeta... I think Vegeta fights more in Super Saiyan God for a bit. So a bigger moveset for Super Saiyan God Vegeta. Bigger moveset for Majin Buu. Or updates for Majin Buu. Base form of Moro. Transformed Moro. New stuff for the Universe 7 fighters when they, you know, assist in the Moro fight. New stuff for Ultra Instinct Sign Goku. Ultra Instinct Moro as well because he gets Ultra Instinct. Miras is also going to be a character. Maybe Miras will even have an Angel mode or something. Or maybe his ultimate will be when he uses his staff properly in battle, right? UI Goku's going to get a counter where characters punch him and their arms break. You know, he'll probably have that in Sparking Zero for sure, but I'm not sure if he'll have that in Xenoverse. They might quickly drop a super attack that's like that, where Goku just poses up and you hit him and your arm breaks. That'd be a sick super attack, right? There's just so much content you can add with just that one arc. You know, just that one arc. So that's I'm gonna be honest. The Granola arc obviously has more content, because you have True Ultra Instinct, Granola would have a transformation where a second eye gets messed up, Vegeta's Ultra Ego, all of Gas's forms, updated Frieza and Black Frieza, right? So the Granola arc has more, but the Mora arc still has loads of content. So it's nice that they're adapting manga stuff in general because we know we're gonna get the Granola arc. We just have to wait, you know. Y'all think Toyo is just gonna say F it and make the arc after Granola an anime arc before the manga? They always could. They always could. I want to remind you that the Dragon Ball Super anime just went off without a hitch. They didn't even wait for the manga. They just left. Even saw some people thinking it's going to be a Genshin-like of Dragon Ball. You mean Dragon Ball Age 1000? I don't know how a Genshin... That would just be DBZ Kakarot, right? DBZ Kakarot, but like mass multiplayer and like grinding loot and all this other stuff. Like stupid stuff like that. I don't know if that would work. I actually don't know if that would work. Sparking Zero and Xenoverse are back from the grave. Oh, truly, truly. Every single time a Dragon Ball game is about to die, they release some new content. They're like, nope, we're not going to lose this one. Like, they try their damnedest to make sure they don't lose that. Dragon Ball takes place in A700, so Age 1000 is way after Goku's death. Yeah. Can't wait for more to de-transform characters in Sparking Zero. Imagine if he actually can. Can't wait for Mirrors to be playable. Him dying will be his windscreen. That would actually be hilarious. That would actually be funny if him dying was his windscreen. We might also get the... I didn't even realize. I didn't mention this. We're going to get the Susanoo as well, right? Like Goku's Ultra Instinct Susanoo. Maybe it doesn't end up as a playable giant form, but it might show up for some super attacks, you know? Like Goku's Susanoo is something he uses a lot. I keep calling it like Susanoo, but like what else do you want me to call it? That's what it is. It's something he uses a lot in the manga, so there's no way it doesn't get added, right? Xenoverse would be the ultimate money printer for Bandai. Oh, 100%. Yeah, Xenoverse 2 is already an ultimate money printer, so no questions asked. Free is going to do the same. Technically, the Super Manga is promotion for the anime. By all accounts, the anime is the canon one this time. Yeah, I've said that a million times on stream. I've always said the anime is the canon version, but people are so, like, manga brained that they're like, oh, the manga is the canon version. And like, you know what? Manga's, for the most part, always the canon version, but you need to understand, there's no way the Super Manga is canon when it's literally coming out after the anime. Like, even if you wanted to say it's canon, it can't be. The anime makes all the story beats. Toyotaro sees how popular they are, and he just copies them. You know, Vegito wasn't supposed to be in the Goku Black Arc. That's something the anime did to add hype. And what does Toyotaro do? Yeah, I'll do it as well then. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I think when they do the Moro arc, they are definitely going to take some liberties to make it more anime original. They're probably going to have the characters not even go Super Saiyan God because they hate Super Saiyan God, like, a lot. I don't know. Goku and Vegeta just don't like going Super Saiyan God, bro. We had to wait all the way till Broly to see Super Saiyan God Vegeta. So, I don't think it can be online, as online was primarily China and Korea, two countries Japan doesn't often do much with, and severed ties with after online shut down. Yeah, even if you want to say it was Dragon Ball Online 2, Japanese people barely know Dragon Ball Online, and especially Westerners. Westerners don't even... You say Dragon Ball Online to a Westerner, and they're like, oh, that's like a fan game that you play on like the internet or something, right? No. That was an official product. Especially because China's in their Screw Japan arc right now. So it'd be kind of weird if Japan was trying to appeal to them. Right? My theory is that it's just going to be Xenoverse 3 taking place in a further timeline. And you could say, well, that wouldn't make any sense because all the characters would be dead. That's why we have time travel. So your favorite characters could just come to the new present. They already did it in Dragon Ball Online, the first one, right? We see Xeno Trunks there, even though Xeno Trunks would logically be from Xenoverse's timeline, which is 200 years ago. When does Xenoverse take place? Age 800? 830, 860? I don't remember. But Xenoverse takes place in like the age 800. And Dragon Ball Online takes place in 1000. Which would mean Trunks should have died by now, but he isn't because he can just go to the future if he wants to. You know? Which makes it really weird because Mira goes all the way to age 1000. He like kicks a bunch of ass, and then when he comes back to age 800, he just dies in Xenoverse 1. Like, think about that. You know what? I guess that's like dropping into like the peak era of Jujutsu sorcery and just getting completely like manhandled by like Prime Yuji and Yuta and Megumi with maxed out Maharaga and all these other like crazy characters. Hope they make Frieza races at least usable. Oh, Frieza races, okay. For sure they're going to be usable, right? Because in Xenoverse 2, when the game first came out, all of the races were usable. They were all great. It's the lag later that killed everything. Because I've said this a million times, right? Xenoverse 2 is very unoptimized as a game. So when you add stuff like giant rotating moving objects in the overworld, you can imagine what that does to an online game, right? When you do the next gen graphics, you can imagine what that does to a game, right? trying to connect two people from different parts of the planet with their big super attacks that travel across the map and their transforming character models. You can imagine the game is literally choking itself trying to render that and load that because it's super unoptimized. So I think I've always said this: the best way for Xenoverse to survive is if they make a new game, because Xenoverse 2 is stuffed to the brim, dude. Xenoverse 2 is like a few breaths of air left from just choking to death. There's too much in the game, and not too much as in, oh, the game's got so much content. No, there's just so much in the game. The game is not that big. It can't handle all that file size. You know, the Xenoverse 2, Xenoverse 2 wasn't meant to be this big. And that's a point you'll hear in my Dragon Ball Online video. I'm not going to say it here because I actually like it, so I'm keeping it to myself. But that's a point you'll hear in my Age 1000 video about Xenoverse 2 and Age 1000. So I wish the Age 1000 was Xenoverse free. It's just Xenoverse 2 has so much content. Like, what possible content could you possibly add? They could definitely just improve on the overall gameplay. I think that's something that most people would agree that they want, you know. Obviously, we're going to get another retelling of the Dragon Ball story, because when do we not in a Dragon Ball game? But they could just improve on the overall content. Glacier hasn't seen the light of day since 2020. Oh, bro. Xenoverse 2 could have had a new Glacier by now. Sparking Zero doesn't even have a Glacier in general. Like, Glacier is just a dead map, bro. Fighters doesn't even have a Glacier, right? Right? They use Dynamic for Gogeta and Broly's dramatic finish. Yeah. They don't even have a Glacier. That's tragic. Unless they suck at marketing and make it Xenoverse free, it's Online 2 or not a sequel. Yeah. Like, okay, here's the issue. If they call it Dragon Ball Online 2, which I doubt they'll call it that because no one even knows what Dragon Ball Online 1 is, right? If they call it Dragon Ball Online 2, I think that just generally makes less sales in general, right? Like, surely someone at the sales department for Bandai is like, hey, Xenoverse makes a crap ton of money for us still, even though the game, by all accounts, most people would consider not that good, right? So, obviously, Bandai's thinking, how can we milk Xenoverse 2 harder, since it still makes the most money ever, right? People glaze Fighters for being a great 2D fighter game. People talk about Sparking Zero's giant roster and the amazing graphics. But Xenoverse 2, despite being possibly seen as worse than both of those games, still makes, like, more money than them. So Bandai is obviously thinking, how can we make this game a good game so it can make the most money ever? You know, that's probably what they're thinking right now, right? Kakarot makes a lot of sales because it's just a really solid single-player game. Sparking Zero has a giant roster and great graphics. Fighters has great graphics, and, you know, the FGC love it, not just Dragon Ball fans. Meanwhile, Xenoverse 2 is the one that sucks and is a laggy nightmare and is a cheese fest. Yeah, it still makes $1 billion. So Bandai's just sitting on the ass going, wait a minute. That means we can make it make even more money if it was good. But how? That's all they're trying to think of. When they figure that out, they'll be settled, right? They'll be happy. The mods carried this game so hard, otherwise would have died years ago. I'm not going to lie, yeah, the mod scene definitely helped the game out for longer. Because there are some serious dry spouts in Xenoverse 2's history. Where it's literally just mods just carrying the enjoyment. Sheriff Vaslander says, I like how you think, Steed. I promise you, I think in a very simple way, but I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you like that. My way of thinking is very simple. It's just what works, and if it works, should we do it? And if we do it, what risks are there involved in taking? Like, here's a good example. Age 1000 could be worse than Xenoverse 1 in terms of a game, but if they call it Xenoverse free, it'll make all the money anyway, so it doesn't matter if the game sucks. Like, they legit could just do that. But the logical option would be to make it a good game. So that way, you still farm more money out of it while still getting to call it Xenoverse free. I feel like I just think in a very simple way. The game could actually be balls. And it would still work. But logically, let's just make it good so we can make more money, you know? This is LTG levels of stalling. Hey, I didn't say this was a Let's Play Xenoverse 2 stream. You know what? How about this? How about that? Fine, there you go. You happy? Funny you start streaming about Age 1000 instead of start writing my video about it. I think the game is gonna be a sort of Xenoverse roll-up, but more its own thing with more Toriyama influence. Oh, I can see that. I could see that. My only reference for Toriyama influence, because I'm a fraud, is OG Dragon Ball, Daima, and Sandland, because I feel like those are like... I'm not saying DBZ isn't Toriyama's influence, but when it's like Toriyama is driving the car, and the passenger isn't yelling at him, telling him, could you slow down a little? Hey, could you turn the music up? It's kind of hot in here. Could you turn the AC on? Could you change Cell's design again, by the way? When the driver's not doing that, I feel like that's when we get stuff like Daima, Sandland, and OG Dragon Ball, right? And then we have even worse situations where Toriyama isn't even driving, like Dragon Ball Super. Toriyama influence in a game, I'm trying to think of how that would work. Because, see, this is how you know I'm stupid, bro. I feel like when Toriyama's writing stuff, he really likes to do world building, right? Toriyama is a big fan of, as someone, Sandland and Daima coming up back to back and having way too many similarities, that's like Toriyama's like core. You know what I mean? That's Toriyama writing it. You know, Toriyama loves world building. He loves his jokes. He's always been a goofster. All right. He loves his world building. He loves his jokes. He loves his. He's always been an action guy, obviously, because how else did he make Dragon Ball, right? And his action always usually is. I hate saying his action is meaningful because it makes it sound like that sounds really vague, right? That sounds like really pretentious, doesn't it? His action is meaningful. That sounds like I'm just looking for an excuse to call something else slop. I feel like when Toriyama writes action, he wants to have like key notes or things in the fight that stand out. A good example is Goku stealing Master Roshi's glasses so he can block Solar Flare in the original World Tournament fight, right? That's something I don't think could be written by modern Dragon Ball. Like that's just, I don't think modern Dragon Ball's ever writing something like that. Toriyama would though, because he's thinking about how important everything is as he writes this series. Let's do this. Ooh. Okay. Steve, can you lend $5 to the homie Burrito? No, I cannot lend $5 to the homie Burrito. I'm very sorry. I didn't have any more key. Okay. Oh. Damn! The grab frames, bro. The grab frames. But what Toriyama was an excellent choreographer. Oh yeah, he was 100%. Sounding like a Chainsaw Man fan. Oh, I don't want to ever sound that pretentious. Let me chill. But yeah, I think when Toriyama's writing action, he always comes up with really creative stuff for the characters to do. Like I don't want to sound like such a douchebag, but like name like actually interesting like fight maneuvers you saw in Dragon Ball Super. Think of any Dragon Ball like fighting moment, like Dragon Ball Super fighting moment that actually stood out to you that wasn't Goku just going, anyone who hurts my friends is gonna pay, right? Think of moments that stood out, because I feel like Toriyama always writes like something super delicious. Like I think another great example is Goku running from the Death Slicers. That feels so video gamey, right? He'll die in one hit if he gets hit by even one of those, but he could beat Frieza. Frieza's on like 1% HP doing his like final phase transition, and when he's done with the attack, he'll be open, and then you can land the finishing blow, so the ending cutscene can play, right? Like he makes such interesting scenarios for characters to fight in, you know. I think Toriyama's really good at that. That's stuff like you don't see in Super. It's gonna, bro. It just sounds like Steve hates Super Part 100. Okay, I'm sorry. I am curious though, because with Toei, they're like, I want to know how much Toriyama influence is actually going to be in Age 1000. Now, I'm not going to lie, my first idea for what kind of influence there would be, when I saw John 1000, and if any of you other crackheads have the same feeling, let me know. When I saw John 1000, I assumed he was just Toribot as a human, like as a humanoid, right? Because the transition to his design is the green and red that Toriyama always wears on Toribot's like tracksuits, right? So I just thought, oh, it's just Toriyama, but like as a protagonist. I might be wrong about that. We'll have to wait till they release more ads and more trailers and stuff to see if that's like the default created character. Because, you know, Dragon Ball game trailers like to do that, right? The default created character is the first guy you see. Or if it's going to be like a separate standalone character that hangs out with, you know, your main character and the rest of the cast of Dragon Ball. Because I thought he was just a Toriyama, like a Toriyama insert character, because they have the name flash on the screen, Akira Toriyama, and it turns into that guy. So it made me think, oh, that's Toriyama, but I could be reading too deep into it. Like, I could be pretentiously overthinking it. So, by the way, Steve, JJK Modular Chapter 20 is fire. Hope you get to read it soon. I do actually want to read it when the official translations are out, because it does look very delicious. But I also actually want to understand what's going on properly. I've never been. I don't know. As somebody who really like hates like what leak culture did to JJK's like reputation in like the Western side of the internet, like. Oh, I'm gonna throw up if I talk about it, so let me not. I actually want to read the real version of JJK. I want to read the actual like translated version, so I'm not misconstruing anything or missing anything. So as much as I like the pretty images and the character reveals and the cool superpowers, I do actually want to see what the characters are saying properly in like fully translated text. Yeah, Vegeta beating up Buu as a piece of candy, that's Toriyama to the core. Buu Saga is super Toriyama. Yeah, I didn't even mention that. Buu Saga is very Toriyama. Like, first of all, the villain, okay. Last arc, Toriyama's editor was up his ass about how many times he needs to redesign the villain. Meanwhile, this arc, Toriyama boldly comes out and says, the opening antagonist is two bald people with M on their head, and all they do is beat up a little girl, and they're literally victims to the rest of the Z fighters. Right? Like Krillin murders Spopovich, bro. Krillin versus Spopovich is gonna look like Sukuna versus Jogo, right? And then laterwards, oh, there's more villains. Now we have a cockroach who uses magical spells, and a demon king we've never heard of before, right? And, you know, Deborah looks like kind of nice, but not like the most intimidating, coolest looking villain. Whatever, okay. He's still biding his time. It's Toriyama, you know he's cooking. Okay, the real villain arc, the real arc of the villain is coming. The reason why they did all of this was to resurrect a guy called Majin Buu. Oh my god, he must look terrifying. He's like a djinn, so maybe he's gonna be like a biblically accurate genie where he's like super tall and he's like buff and he's gonna have like insane magical wish granted. No, he's fat. He's like a fat dude who likes candy, and he speaks in like the third person because he's slow, and he doesn't get anything. He's just dumb. And guess what? He's peak. He's fire. He's an actually super threatening villain, and he's really engaging. Toriyama's really like the GOAT when it comes to writing stuff, like 100%. Boo was Toriyama trolling. Yeah. Is that John Xenoverse? Did someone recreate him? Actually, that's a good video idea. I'm gonna do that now. I hate that I'm playing right now. My controller's super broken. Ah, bro, that's actually tragic. Biblically accurate genie never changed Steed. Look, I'm just saying that is you're right. I didn't say something stupid there. But what I mean is like a lore accurate genie. You know how like they'd be super tall and they have like razor like they have like the tusks, like the fanged teeth. They'd be like they're djinns. They're called djinn, not djinn as in like Tekken djinn, like DJINN, the scary version of the words djinn. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what you'd expect. And then he's like this fat guy and he's like still super intimidating. Funny that Deborah was still a mystery background because everyone thought he was like king of the underworld, but then when he meant underworld, he meant Daima, while everyone else thought it was hell. Yeah, exactly. When Vegeta got bodied, you knew he was a threat. Yeah, notice how Buu got more aura than Eraser Jin. Buu actually has more aura than Eraser Jin. Eraser Jin is such a fraud. Okay, credit where due to Eraser Jin. He's like semi-immortal. He would have actually won his plot if he, if he took... Here's the issue. Even if you take Sonic more seriously, like, how far can you plan ahead for how good of a fighter Sonic is, right? So, you know, it's kind of like if the villains took Goku more seriously. No, they did. He's just hard to take down. They're just both the GOAT. Say what you want about Cell Saga. Krillin saving a mother and her child from Imperfect Cell was dope to see. I don't remember that. I'm gonna have to like reread it or like watch it if it's the anime. That's the funniest build up to Boo's reveal I've heard broken down. Talking in third person because he's slow. I mean, he always says, Boo gonna beat you up. And he always speaks in third person. He's Majin Buu. The fact he lost with incomplete super form of Sonic 2, yeah, that's crazy, bro. Sonic's aura is unmatched. His incomplete super forms can actually beat creators. And I don't mean gods, I mean creators, like guys who can rewrite reality. Bro, don't let Sonic find out what your power system is, because he's going to find an incomplete form and he's going to use it to completely body you. Oh my goodness, man. I didn't say this before, so I'll say it now. Hello, Alberto. I just didn't say that. Even though I've been reading out your message, I didn't say hello, Alberto. So I'm saying it now. But hell would make the world feel like home. Yeah, I was going to say, I remember a line specifically like King Yema saying, oh, hell is too similar to Deborah's like place, like his home, which implies that he doesn't come from there. It's just very similar, which would make sense because he's the king of the underworld. So I remember King Yama does kind of directly confirm that Deborah doesn't come from hell. Just that hell is very similar to where he actually comes from. So, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Sonic finna go full supersonic just to kill Lord Slug. Yeah. Speaking of Boo, which is your favorite version? Mine is Super Boo, who used to scare the crap out of me as a kid. I think my favorite version of Boo is... I think it's Kid Boo. Just because I like his, like, final boss energy. It's Kid Boo, but Fat Boo is very close behind. So I'll be honest, sometimes Fat Boo, like, overtakes Kid Boo for me. But for the most part, yeah, Kid Boo. Villains, I think, are just, like him, are just very interesting. Even if they're just mindless destruction, evil guys. I think that's way more interesting than a villain that tries to be, like, deep and complex and is just lame as hell. Chainsaw Man. So, no, why am I straying Chainsaw Man like that? Let me not say that. I actually... No, I don't like Makima as a villain. That's the funny part. I respect her as an antagonist, right? She's like a good antagonistic force, but I don't think she's a very entertaining, like, villain. And Yoru's worse. Like, Yoru's actually bad. Like, Makima's just like, okay, I just don't like her that much. But Yoru's actually bad. Anyways, I don't want to rant about Chainsaw Man, because I could literally do that for the rest of the stream. Bro, his reach is broken. Yes! Poison, go! Okay, the fight's basically won. We can just play the game like Frost now. His animations are so broken! Oh, that's a guaranteed Kamehameha. Woo! Uh-oh. That's illegal. Oh. Oh. Yes. Last second. All right, cool. How much health do you get back from this? Oh, not even that much. But at least it does a bunch of damage to the enemy. Yeah, look at that, dude. Oh my god. Kirby versus Supersonic Boo punching the shit out of Trunks will never not be funny. I need to rewatch Kirby versus Boo. I remember watching that as a kid and thinking, well, I mean, Kirby's like stupid, right? Like even as a, I remember even as a drooling like. Okay, I don't know if I was a kid when I was watching that, because you guys are gonna be like, Steve, were you a kid? Are you sure you weren't in your 20s? Because you guys like calling me Unk. No. This game is actually funny. No! Wait, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. We have explosive boo boo punch. It's alright. How do you gain less HP than Cell's life absorb? I don't know, man. They made Majin Buu's exclusive ultimate one where he barely gets any HP from it. Like, bro, what's the point, man? You can literally just spam a heavy, light, heavy, Kamehameha, heavy, light, heavy, Kamehameha. That would do more damage. You can grab from far away with Evil Frieza. Oh, yeah, he's got a ranged grab. Yeah, I know that. How are they going to balance Vegeta when he gets full Spirit Vision in the games? He probably won't use it. They'll probably just give it to Moro, right? It'd be more unique on Moro anyways than Vegeta. In Xenoverse, it'll probably work like Remote Series Bomb, where it turns off transformations and maybe even Super Souls, which would make it super duper broken. But in Sparking Zero, unless if they implement a feature to make fusions defuse and have less stats from the defusion. A good example is if you're doing singles battles and someone's picking Gogeta, right? You pick Moro, you land Spirit Vision, it forces them to defuse, and maybe they turn into like a Goku that only has like half of his health bar or some shit. You know what I mean? Like half of the current health bar. That would be like balanced, right? So that way he doesn't just turn into a Goku with 4 HP when you defuse him. That'd be dumb. Oh, hey, Grims. Steedler went live because I threatened him. Yeah, that was one of the reasons. See, do you think Age 1000 will share Xenoverse 1, Xenoverse 2, and Breaker's art style? Nah. They have like $1 billion more since then. They can definitely do a new style. What we saw was pre-rendered, not actual in-game art style. Yeah, no, yeah. What we saw was pre-rendered, but... okay. Xenoverse 2's art style is just a very slightly redone version of Xenoverse 1's. And Xenoverse 2 released a year and a half after Xenoverse 1, so that just makes sense. And Breakers is literally just like a spin-off asset flip. So obviously, they're going to need to borrow the graphics from something, right? But since 2016, when Xenoverse 2 came out, the Dragon Ball franchise has made so much money. From the end of Dragon Ball Super till till DBS Broly's movie sale tickets, movie tickets, to Super Dragon Ball Heroes movie sales, to Dragon Ball Daima sales, whether it be merchandise or the TV broadcast, like watch times, DLC in video games, game sales. Xenoverse 2 sold over 10 million copies, Fighter sold over 10 million copies, Kakarot sold over 10 million copies, Sparking just sold over 5 million copies. They have so much money, they don't have to do the same art style that they did 10 years ago. So, yeah. I think they will do a new art style. Not to mention it would make it look more fresh. If they do a similar art style, people will get annoyed and go, "Oh, it looks too much like Xenoverse 2. I don't want it." You know, it would be an objectively smart decision to just do a different art style. Because if you do Xenoverse 2 again, people are gonna go, "It looks too similar. I don't like it." Grim's gonna say, "In case you feel safe, I'm still watching you." Wow, what did I do? I hope they do something new for the visual in Age 1000. I'm 100% hoping for that too. Maybe they'll give us Maybe they'll give us a 3D art style closer to Superhero and the rendered cinematic, right? The trailer for Age 1000, right? I feel like that kind of 3D art style for Dragon Ball works really, really well. And it's probably the easiest way to adapt your games, like, or to adapt the series' current art style, right? Because the series' current art style kind of follows that. Like, whenever they do a Dragon Ball trailer or, like, an ad, it kind of always looks a bit like Dragon Ball Superhero. You know what I mean? With the way they do the 3D or the way they model the characters' bodies. I think a good example is that the Goku, the adult base form Goku that appears at the end of Daima, looks like Dragon Ball Superhero Goku, right? He looks like that, even though he's 2D, and the other one was the Superhero's 3D. So, I think that might be the new main art style for Dragon Ball. I'm not saying 3D is the new main art style. I'm just saying that look is the new main art style. Perfect Soul donation says $5 to Super Chat. He says, "Play my BBW Queen Ribrianne." I normally wouldn't entertain that, but not only did you donate, you were very polite. So, so yeah, I'll do that. Thank you so much for the $5 donation, Perfect Cell. That's very cool of you. And don't worry, I'll play the BBW Goddess of Love Ribrianne. Watch Age 1000 showing Majin Buu becoming God, Adam and Jesus, and have children with his female self. It's crazy how Majin Buu made his own race because he read like a porn mag and was like, "Oh, there's like a woman there, but I don't have a Majin woman," and he made a Majin. Bro, that's like final form of self-cess. Like, how do you do that? How do you actually do that? All right, wait, where's Ribrianne? I'm kind of blind. Okay, there she is. Oh, I should have picked that second preset. No, I shouldn't, because the festival skill sucks. So it's a good thing I didn't. What's a loving location? The Tournament of Power, of course. The loving sound of Zeno screaming into your ear. Last One Piece game was in 2019. Is that the One Piece World Seeker one? I can't remember what the name of that game was. Is that the last One Piece game? Or no, the last One Piece game was the Pirate Warrior Champions Ninja Storm 3, right? That's the one? The one that gets all the content, like the one that got Gear 5 Luffy as DLC. Is that the one? So obviously has mitosis, but where it doesn't kill him. I think Cell just be making shit up, to be honest. I don't know who I'm fighting. I guess you know what, let me fight a female Margin. I haven't faced one of those in a wee bit. That's a lie. I actually faced a female Margin in, I can't remember which video it was. But I faced a female Margin in one of my fights, and it was a guy who couldn't kill me because he was playing like such a coward. Time was running out, but I'd done way more damage to him than he did to me. So when the time got really low, he very obviously hit his lag switch. And actually, I can probably just show you guys that clip on like screen. But he very obviously hit his lag switch and started spamming like time skip, like jump spike. So why did I do that? I totally forgot what that skill did. Oh, he just let me go. You're not getting away. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Damn, we're gonna have to go all out. That shouldn't be able to. Yeah, female Margins can't combo that, I'm pretty sure. They don't have the attack range. Oh, that does have the attack range, however. Okay. I'm trying to turn this accursed Super Soul off. It's not beautiful. That's the most I can do. I can't take his stamina down any other way. Oh, Ribrian, you had so many directions to fly and right into the bomb key blast. I'm disappointed. I unfortunately cannot combo her ultimate with this, which sucks. Pretty cannon. Ooh. Oh, I saw the attack coming too. Not the freaky spin. Notice how DBS introduced a woman with a fat ass and fans hated her. You guys are too much, man. You guys are actually too much. It's true, it's true. You got hold down formation to get the full effect. Oh no, yeah, I wasn't trying to use it. It was just an accident. I totally forgot which super attack was in that slot and I just pressed it. I don't like the pre-rendered cutscenes of the latest Dragon Ball game, Sparking Zero. I see, I see. Looks like pre-rendered cutscenes from Xenoverse 2, such as Future Goten's Death cutscene, Blue Goku, first hit. Oh yeah, I guess I see what you mean. I think it's way more refined than those. Like, to me, the trailer for Age 1000 looked closer to superhero than it looked like the Xenoverse 2 render the cutscenes, because it's just got way more money put into it. It's way more refined, way more talent, way more money, way more skill, you know, time, etc. You know, so see, have you heard that Bardock released today in Gekshin? I did not know that. That's pretty cool. Is he good? Because Super Vegito is kind of lackluster, and I don't know if they buffed him. Like, I'm actually surprised that Super Vegito was not paid to win when the producer's the Dragon Ball Legends guy, right? And all he does is glaze Vegito. So you're just a little bit shocked by that. Best tank in the game, really. Bardock is incredibly good. If you play Bardock, I hate you. He's that good, huh? Best tank in the game. Vegito got dethroned. Really? He's that good. Less annoying than SJ4, but still good. Okay, alright. So he's around SJ4's level then, because some of you were saying he's more broken and some of you are saying he's less. So he's around SJ4's level. That's crazy. That makes me curious. Because I wasn't going to play him if he was like Vegito, because I don't want a character that doesn't do anything for the game at all. Like even overpowered characters can change the game's meta slightly, right? It might not be a good thing, but it's at least a different experience. But a lackluster character doesn't change anything. It's like they might as well have not released, you know? Everyone liked the stream for Steed inevitably being paid to play Zangia. You mean in this game? Zangia's not in this game. Oh, unless you meant Sparking Zero. Because she's not in Gekshin either, so... I guess you could say they forgot to balance Bardock. Does Dota make Gekshin videos? Because I feel like that would 100% been a title I would have seen on YouTube by now. Like, when his videos pop up, I feel like I should have seen... Like, they forgot to balance Broly, SJ... Did he make a video on SJ3 Goku and Gekshin? I don't know, man. I'm not paying attention anymore. I think I'm just an idiot and I just forget things. Check DMs. Okay, Grim. Let me see. What is this? Is this Elden Ring? Okay. I don't know why that guy turned into an atomic bomb. Oh. Died to New York City Super Rats. That's actually tragic. That's actually tragic. Dying to the rats is actually tragic. Thank you for showing me that, Grimsgrim. I don't watch other Dragon Ball CCs. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's fair game, right? You can't tell people what they should and shouldn't watch, but I would say if you can, give them a try, you know? I think we all do our best to make some fire stuff. Of course, you know, stick with what you know, right? Stick with what treats you well. That's also a realistic option. I am not opposed to people watching me over other Dragon Ball YouTubers. I'll say it now. I love you all. But if suddenly all of your viewers disappeared and came to me, I wouldn't be sad is all I'm saying. I wouldn't. That frown would be upside down. So, yeah. He made the tweet calling Bardock broken. He did, huh? Okay. I reached the stream. What's going on, everyone? Hello, Zero the Goon. How long has the stream been going on? 45 minutes. So, yeah. No Steed being evil. Bardock has a skill that has the general Rilder Rafa mechanic, but it's like 3 times better. What? Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Nintendo invented Yuri today. Did Nintendo do a Yuri thing today? Which game is it? Oh my god, my ear. One day I just watched one of your videos for the heck of it, and now I love them so much. Oh, that's really nice, Brent. I'm glad you like what you see. I still want to make like more fire videos, but like yeah. I low-key watched Ryuden to see how painful Dragon Ball Legends is to play. I remember I had an arc of watching Ryuden for like a month or two. I don't know. I think his commentary, as someone who doesn't play Legends, I think his commentary on the game is coming from a place of like professionalism. So when he says stuff like, "Oh, a black woman is speaking," I listen, right? When he says stuff, I'm like, okay, I didn't know that was going on in the game. Like, I like how he explains the process of a match and his like ideas in the. Oh, who was I supposed to play? Someone said Pycon. I don't think that was even a donation. You know, I'm gonna DSP Max. I will not play Pycon. I'm doing a dark side feel. I'm gatekeeping Pycon behind donations. And then I'm not going to specify what the amount is. So that way when you donate $5, I go, nope, that's not enough. And someone will donate $10 and I'll go, that's not enough. If you want to see Pycon, you're going to have to go higher, baby. And I'll keep doing it to see how far I can push it. Speaking of Nintendo, didn't they lose the case to Power? Did they? Gay Miis. Nintendo made Gay Miis? What? You guys need to explain it to me, because to my knowledge, Miis were always gay. I'm kidding. Woohoo! I feel like Frieza's always have the woohoo voice. Am I insane? I feel like I always hear it on Frieza's. Yeah. Oh, he's finally warmed up. Okay, good combo, Steve. Oh, you gotta save the counter. You gotta make them think you're not gonna do it, so you can reveal it to them like a jump scare. Oh, hey. This camera's kind of gods here, but we move. Ah! I didn't think he was gonna come straight back in. That was a good move. But I have a better move. Guess what? Oh, you... People usually forget that move exists. Ah! There you go. Watch Grimsgrim donate $500. No, don't save. Also, by the way, you guys should... Look, guys, I'm a big fan of your donations. Don't get me wrong, but like any crazy donations, I wouldn't know how to respond to that. So I'm just saying that now. You guys better chill. Thanks so much for the $2 donation. This is how my ethics started a week ago. Your ethics definitely pretty good for someone who started a week ago. You should keep it up, dude. Keep it up all the way. You know, make what makes you laugh. Make what makes others laugh. Develop your editing as far as you can until you start making those. Okay, not Maxor, because Maxor be like, high key, my eyes hurt. Okay, great. So I can't do anything against Steel Mirage because my only option is that evasive. Good camera. Woo! Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. I thought I went pretty far away. My apologies. Can't do anything about that. Nice. Here's a rant. The JJK fans are signing a petition for Hakari song to be Tuka Donka. I think JJK fans should also sign a petition to have brains be legalized across all human beings. Because I don't know what the fuck you're signing that petition for. I think they need to legalize brains for all human beings. Because clearly some of us were born and then they took them out because they were like, oh, we need to give it to like a rich government official so we can resurrect him again. Right? DB1000 means Dragon Ball Online. Not Xenoverse 3, I think. Oh, yeah? Let me tell you a secret. Which game do Dragon Ball fans know more? What's that? Okay, good. Now, which game didn't get shut down? Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Now, which game is a spiritual successor to the game that got shut down? Yes, exactly. So when they're making a sequel to that series, what do you think it's going to get called? Do you know the answer? I do. I just want to see if you know. Even if they don't call it Xenoverse 3, we know what it is, all right? Let's be real with ourselves. We know what it is. One of the games made $1 billion and didn't shut down, and is the spiritual successor to the game that did make $1 billion and did shut down. So I think we know what they're gonna call it. JJK fans need a petition to take classes to learn how to read. Yeah, they do. It's not Xenoverse 3. If you want to say it's not Xenoverse 3, that's fine, but I don't think they're going to call it Dragon Ball Online 2. I'm not saying that that's a bad marketing decision, but if we're being real, how many of you even knew what the fuck Dragon Ball Online was until that trailer came out and people started saying it's Dragon Ball Online, right? I knew what it was. I already made a video on Dragon Ball Online like several months before the trailer, because I've been playing it. But it would make sense to not. Dragon Ball Online is meant only for Chinese and Korean niggas, and sometimes a Japanese nigga. So even if they were trying to call it Dragon Ball Online, Japanese niggas who are the people, you know how Japan only cares about Japan, right? They only ever talk about their sales in Japan, never overseas. They just hate the rest of the world, I guess. If they're selling a game, they want their own niggas to know what it is. They're probably gonna just call it Xenoverse or something similar of the like. JJK fan the most spoiled fan base of today. Oh, I would say JJK is definitely the most spoiled fan base. They get good anime adaptations. The manga is, bro, even though JJK's manga ended like what, like a year ago, 2 years ago, they get like a sequel series that's still great. A great anime adaptation that takes liberties that don't hurt the source material, but also keep the viewing experience like fresh. Whether you're a manga reader or you're an anime only, it's always got you like, oh, I like the way they did that scene. Like people will go, oh, the Toji Maki scene where it shows them both, they changed that. That's too different. I don't like that. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure, your opinion is your opinion. But when they do change things, they don't like just destroy the original context. Like again, I've said this a million times. The Gojo original like sideways like tweaking angle where he's like that. People are mad that they didn't have that in the manga, but the forward-facing version, where it's a close-up of his like face, and he has the big mouth and he has the eyes, and Toji's like, is he high? That version's so much more popular now, right? And you could say, oh, well, it's because it's the anime, that's why it's so much more popular. No, that's no excuse, because there are still manga panels that are more iconic than the anime variants. With Dragon Ball, JoJo, One Piece, a bunch of anime, like JoJo especially, has so many manga panels that are more iconic than the actual anime panel. But yeah, I think JJK does a good job with its adaptation. So it makes me wonder why the fan base... Maybe it's because it's so spoiled why the fan base is so stupid. Maybe that's why. But then, on the flip side, Chainsaw Man is the opposite of spoiled. What's the opposite of spoiled? Starved? Yeah, Chainsaw Man is so starved, yet the fan base is still stupid. So, I don't know. Oh yeah, the whole Yaga and Panda like story part was so obscenely good. I was watching that episode with friends, and genuinely for like the whole Yaga section, like no one said anything. They just watched it. They just they absorbed it. You know, they let the feelings sink in, which it says to the strength of it. I want to remind you, by the way, people call JJK a hype and aura moment. Remember, people call it JJK hype and aura moment, saying it has no writing whatsoever the whole time the manga was going on. Anything to put down JJK. Now that it's back and people see where their favorite mangas are right now, My Hero ended. Chainsaw Man is absolutely in the gutter. Those are the only two things that are really like competing with JJK. That was it, right? Not competing, but the fan base is just always like talking about JJK instead. Now people can see that, oh shit, it turns out when you don't just read leaks on Twitter and guess the story based on leaks, you actually have a real story. Isn't that shocking? So, Night Wind is one of the most popular manga panels of all time. Yeah, exactly. I don't even think the anime version of Night Wind is going to be more, unless they somehow do it. But I don't think they will. Night Wind was already a colossal meme before. We're nowhere close to that. We're nowhere close to that, and it's a colossal meme. So I don't think they'll change it. One Punch Man fans are barely breathing. Bro, what's the newest One Punch Man chapter? I've not been keeping up. The guy who I used to follow on Twitter, who would give updates on One Punch Man, stopped giving updates, so now I actually just don't know when a new chapter comes out. One Punch Man, manga, Reddit. One Punch Man is genuinely so hard to follow. When you want to look for a new chapter, you have to go on the Reddit. You can't go on the internet and like look for it. You just have to go to Reddit. Because the Reddit just be glazing and just staying up to date like crazy on it. So, One Piece getting a mega slam. Oh yeah, One Piece is getting dragged, dude. One Piece is getting cold. Culling games. JJK got cursed with a fandom that treats it like solo leveling. Oh, for real, for real. They definitely do. Yaga is the blade-looking guy who made Panda, right? Yes, that's Yaga. Mind you, before Night Wind, John Ruri wrote no. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. And then people were so mad they asked for it to change, and then they changed it to just what Gojo said originally, which is, oh, Sukuna is strong, but would you lose? Nah, I'd win. Dokkan hired the One Punch Man animators for Daimogoku's animations. Are you serious? Did Daimogoku get screwed on the animations? That's kind of crazy considering he's like the most popular thing in a long time. You think they do him like crazy justice? Not gonna lie, Fire Force's manga has been amazing writing and story-wise, but it's a low-key better than JJK. I will say I don't trust you because I've seen Fire Force. One of the most recent things I remember about late Fire Force is there's a whole chapter dedicated to why it's okay for characters to be nude and doing fan service. And they literally fourth wall break by having a kid say to his mom, "You're not supposed to be in this like part," and she like disappears in real time or some shit, right? So I don't trust you, but I will not be judgmental. I just don't trust you. I will not cast judgment. I will not say you're a liar, you're a phony. I'll just hit the dokes. I'll just go, you know. Yeah. They did a PNG for Daimogoku. Are you serious? They just screwed them over? That's kind of crazy. That's deadly unfortunate, actually. If you're forced to defend either Frieza, Cell, or Boo in court, who would you defend? Boo. I think Boo's the easiest to defend in court, because if it's Fat Boo, you can actually just say, like, he's stupid, and he's innocent, and he was under, like, you could just lie and say he was under Babidi's mind control. No one can testify that. And Majin Boo's not going to hurt an innocent person anymore anyway, so it's fine. If it's Kid Boo, you can't help him. You lost cause. It might honestly be easier to give Frieza a pass than Kid Boo.
Frieza's got fuck you amounts of money.
Yeah, because yeah, Frieza's got like an obscene bro. Like if Diddy's innocent and Frieza's innocent, you know. So, have you seen what the Roblox community is doing to the CEO? I have not. I have not. Based Fire Force. I see. See, what about Gachi Yakuta? That's gonna have a season 2. I won't lie, I don't know anything about Gachi Yakuta. I don't even know what no, that's a lie. I do know what the main character looks like. I've seen a clip of him like punching a girl in the face. I don't know anything about it, unfortunately, so I can't give you my expert opinion. Not that my opinion is expert, and I won't even say it's an opinion, because every opinion I have, I don't think it's an opinion. I think it's a fact, and I want to impose it on the rest of you, but I have no easy way of doing it, so I just call it an opinion. Otherwise, you guys would go from pitchforks to, wait, hear him out, hear him out, hear him. Okay, that's not actually what I think. I went too far with that bit. That's not what I actually think. I think there are people who actually do think like that, though. Like, I think DSP is a great example of someone who thinks everything he says is just the truth.
Curses!
Can I file insanity for Kid Buu? You couldn't, because while you're doing it, he's gonna blow you up, and then he's gonna kill the judge, and then he's gonna air out the whole room. So you couldn't finish filing insanity. Funniest thing ever that Phoebe did is be the biggest Enfield meme. Bro, Phoebe being a meme, my goat, my favorite character in Wuthering Waves, my goat being the biggest meme in Enfield is so peak. I think that's a charming part about Phoebe's design. For Phoebe's design is the kind of like fantasy, like game kind of character design that you can imagine in most settings. And then she's also like just kind of funny. Like she's like a church girl running around. Like imagine like a church girl running around like trying to like construct and build stuff. I think that's just inherently funny or enjoyable to most people. Like you send this church girl to go work like a 9-to-5 to go like make buildings and shit. They're making demonic edits of the CEO and cursing his name with rituals. Damn. So you basically described Hassan. I mean, I think people like Hassan, DSP, and LTG all think the same, right? No, I will not play the smoke alarm just because I said LTG. This is the only time I'm mentioning him on the stream, so it's fine. I think they all do think the same, where they just assume everything they say is a fact because they don't care about anyone else. I can't even say that they have a worldview, because to have a worldview would mean you have to encompass more than just yourself. Like, I don't even think they have the views in mind of the person that they even sit next to. You know, it's just them. Like, especially Dale, right? Dale just bans everyone out of his chat for even, like, breathing air. So, like, if you say LOL, and, like, the oxygen levels in his room are, like, too high or too low, you might get banned for that, like, straight up. Because you'll just interpret it as, like, oh, so you hate me. That's not what I said. I just said LOL for no reason. Or because I was responding to someone else in the chat, and then he gets hella mad, like, imagine. You know it's cooked when the best game you got is still getting service is a mobile game, One Piece Bounty Rush. I mean, mobile games make like a billion monies. So. Yeah. From what I've seen from Gachi, it looks and feels cool, but I don't have the time for most anime now, unfortunately. Yeah, I hate saying, my name is Steed, and I'm different because I actually watch anime, but I hate most anime. Because that doesn't do anything. It's like, okay, nice. Cool, another pretentious guy, right? But I don't really like, you know, I really don't like mess with most anime, even if it's like in a genre that I do like enjoy, like shonen, right? I'm not gonna go, oh, I have nothing to do today, let's just find a new favorite anime to watch. Like, no, if I have nothing to do today and I don't know what to watch, I'm just gonna like go on YouTube and just scroll and find something I like, or I'm just gonna find a game I enjoy or just something to like play. Solophicism? Is that a word? It probably is. Is the word you're looking for, Steve? Well, thank you, pro. Ah, I see. He literally banned someone for completing his look. What? Alright, I'm gonna assume that's the same thing as breathing air. LOL, how about you LOL over this? Yeah, no, he would say that. He would. It's so tragic. The only 100% successful One Piece game is still the card game. Yeah. JJK is a must-watch, bro. It's like crack. See, I'd hate to glaze. No, I don't. I love glazing JJK. But I would count it as a must-watch anime. Not just because I think it's like really good, and because I think it has a lot to offer. But it's also, I don't want to say it's the new DBZ. I'm gonna say it's the new JoJo, not DBZ. I'm gonna say it's the new JoJo, where it's so big, everyone you know is watching it, or you're surrounded in its meme culture. You can't escape like its orbit. If you're in the anime scene, especially the shonen scene, you are not gonna be able to escape the orbit of JJK. It's just too big now. You kind of do yourself a service by just watching it, whether it's only for the hype and aura moments, or if you just want to watch an anime that you think other people really enjoy, to see whether, you know, is it my taste or is it not my taste? You know, I think it's worth watching, even just if you don't like it. That's another thing. It's not just JJK. I think Dragon Ball and JoJo are also animes that you should watch. Dragon Ball, JoJo. ironically, as much as I glaze Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, I think Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is probably the best anime, but it's not like a must-watch. I feel like... Because you watch it, and who are you going to speak to about it? Like, how many people talk about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood nowadays? It used to be the shit back in the day, but it's a completely finished, like, series. Like, no sequel series, no sequel bait. It's just done. Honest, great series. Perfect ending, everything, right? I think it's genuinely one of the best animes ever, but it's not like, it's not one of those things that you can watch and then go speak to your friends and then go, oh, Fullmetal Alchemist is great. And I'll go, what? I'm watching Solo Leveling, bro. And you're like, okay. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Bro, a friend that hates anime got spoiled on JJK. Oh, getting spoiled on JJK is rough because I think I said this last time I streamed. Every major thing in JJK, like every spoiler in JJK, isn't like a small spoiler. They're Titanic, and someone's gonna be smart and go, Steve, that doesn't make any sense. Every spoiler in every series is big. You're just glazing. A good example is, okay, I can't use Dragon Ball as an example. Everyone, I was about to say a good example is if you spoiled that Gohan unlocks another Super Saiyan form. That's not a spoiler. Everyone knows what Dragon Ball is. That's not a spoiler. What is it? Oh man. Okay, if you said Deku gets to use the quirks of the other users inside One for All, I feel like that wouldn't be a spoiler because most people would go, "Oh, I thought that was normal. I thought that was what was going to happen anyways," right? Like you can't mention that there were other people with quirks and have me not expect them. Like Deku's only power the whole series isn't just going to be I punch hard and strong. You know, I think that's not a spoiler. Saying Bakugo doesn't die, I feel like also isn't a spoiler. Saying Bakugo dies and doesn't die isn't a spoiler because no one's actually going to believe it. You know. What else? Which other spoilers does My Hero have? Like big ones, like good ones. Lady Midnight dies? Okay, no one gives a fuck about her. Like, okay, she's like W Faps when you're like alone, like in the depths of the night, right? But you, like, that's it. Like, what does she even do in season 1 of the anime, right? Was she even in season 1? Let's just say season 2. I don't remember. I don't even remember season 1, bro. What does Lady Midnight do? If you say Lady Midnight dies, people are gonna go, okay. I mean, she wasn't really doing much. If you said Mountain Lady dies, people would be like, oh, man. Because she's on screen more. She's like ginormous, right? It'd be kind of tragic if she died in her giant form and they had no place to put her big body, right? That'd be kind of like tragic. That'd be like super sad. So that would like create intrigue. But when you're like, let's kill off the most nothing character that doesn't do anything and has like the lowest amount of powers to provide in a major fight, it's like, okay, sure. Yeah. Of course. You know? Oh, Lemillion gets his quirk back. That's not a spoiler. He hangs out with the person who rewinds shit 24/7. I expect him to get his quirk back. Dabi is Todoroki's brother. That one's, I'm not gonna lie, a tiny bit surprising because one, he never says a surname, and you'd expect him to say it at one point, right? And two, why is his fire blue? That's kind of weird. Maybe it's not fire. Maybe it's a new kind of quirk called Ghost Flame or Black Flame or Aurora Sparks. You know, something. You know, maybe it's a different kind of quirk. Like the Dabi thing, I could say is somewhat. I'll give it somewhat credit because I think that one can work even with how obvious that is. But the JJK spoiler is always massive shit like Nobara dies, Gojo gets sealed. I can't say anything else because Junpei dies. Imagine watching the anime, seeing Junpei in the opening, going, "Oh, hell yeah, a new main character to add to the gang. Let's go." Okay, Mahito transformed him, but it looks like Sukuna's gonna have to fix it, right? I'm not fixing shit. Okay, that means Yuji find another way, right? Your friend is dead. Yuji starts fighting Mahito. They take the fight outside, and you're like, I don't think Junpei is coming back. You know what I mean? Like, I think JJK spoilers are actually kind of big because they do everything to make you think that it's not going to go that path, and then it does. So JJK spoilers were usually kind of like egregious because everything they do is kind of massive. Oh, Maki becomes more like Toji, right? You would go, okay, I know Maki had the heavenly restriction, and I know it's not Toji's level, but I wasn't expecting it to be like Toji's, you know? I think that can still catch people off guard because you would. I mean, if you just watch the series, you could tell Maki's not as strong as Toji, right? So I think you can still catch someone off guard with that. Blue Lock ain't bad, Steve. Blue Lock probably isn't bad, but the thing is, my hobbies are like sci-fi space shit and like fantasy shit and like guys beating like the hell out of each other, not football. I'm not saying you need to like football to watch Blue Lock. That's a lie. It's an anime. Bro, anime is like a mass-consuming media for a reason. It's supposed to be able to get anyone into anything. But I just don't have much of an intrigue in Blue Lock. So... Loki, how my mom reacted to Junpei's death. Yeah, because Junpei's death is so surprising. You just don't think it's gonna happen. I'm trying to think if Dragon Ball has any, like, I'm not gonna lie, Goku getting a new form sounds like it wouldn't be a spoiler. Right? Like, oh, he's Goku. All Super Saiyan does is change its hair slightly and make their hair longer and add another number to it. Of course he gets a new form. But if you told people that Goku gets like a white head, like a black and white head form when DBS was airing, they'd probably kill you and then watch the episode to check if you were lying. You know what I mean? I think people would want to see that. I think people would want to see that. They wouldn't want to be spoiled on that. Who do I pick? Screw it, first himself. Ultra Ego? Nah, because the thing about... Okay, the reason why it's so unfortunate for Ultra Ego is because everyone knows what it is, but everyone also knows the manga isn't canon. So, you know? I mean, it is now, but you can't be spoiled on something that you already know, you know? Like, you can't be spoiled on Ultra Ego anymore. Everyone knows what it is. Everybody knows what Ultra Ego is. So it's not even a spoiler. But the reason why it wasn't even a spoiler is because the manga was never canon. So no one cared. Like, if you told someone who didn't know, hey, Vegeta gets a new form, by the way, they'd go, oh, shit, that's cool. They wouldn't go, oh, man, why'd you ruin it? They'd just go, oh, that's cool. Because it's the DBS manga. Like, everything that happened in it didn't matter. Until, like, recently, you know, where we got the anime announcement. Okay, I'll wait. Honestly, in my opinion, JJK has good music and good fights, but many characters are boring and the writing is nothing special. Sure, I think that's a pretty valid opinion. I mean, I would obviously glaze it higher than that, but I think that's a pretty valid opinion. You know, if you want to go, I didn't find the writing very special or the characters to stand out in any way, but I like the fights and the music. I'd be like, yeah, sure. You know? Ooh. Oh. Come on. Got me, yeah. New modular chapter has me in my feelings a bit. I won't spoil for anyone. Can you see my comments? Oh, of course I can see your comments. If I'm not reading your comment out right away, it's not that I can't see your comment, it's that everyone else is also commenting, guys. I need to let you guys know that. I think that's the funniest part about First Form Cell gameplay. If he hits you once, you know he's going to go for the grab. So you just start vanishing. Like, if he's doing a combo and you see the yellow hit effects and the noise, you instantly press vanish because you're like, nope. Nope. I don't want to give him more health and drag out the fight. I wanted to perfect block that so bad. I'm such a fraud. If I can become stronger than... Oh, if you can become stronger than so can I. I thought he was gonna... Where is bro going? Oh. I love the look of surprise characters have when you're about to drain their energy. It's peak. Uh-oh. There we go. What's his charge key blast? Is it power? Yeah, it's power. Okay. So... Oh, holy aura. Okay. Let's go with close range attacks. I mean, I'm getting my stamina back. I don't know if he wants to stop that. I don't know if he wants to stop me getting my stamina back. Back to full health. Thank you. Hey, that's not fair, man. Why are you doing that? He's already having a hard time. Leave him alone. Who is doing this? That's not cool. That's not cool, man. All right. He better stop. Otherwise, I'm gonna let everyone jump him next time if he does that again. All right. I will allow everyone to jump him if he goes for that one more time. All right. Okay. All right. He's getting jujutsu jumped. Nope, that's not your kill. That's not your kill. Sorry. Sorry. You don't get that. What do we do now, Trunks? Do we just keep fighting? We're just gonna do a Goku where we're like, pardon the interruptions. Now let's have an honest, fair fight again. He's literally just he's such a parasite, dude. Oh my god. Dude, this guy. There we go. Jump him? I mean, we can't jump him now. It's gonna have to be like next match. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Oh. Are you serious? Now? Really? Why is he so hungry for a kill that's not his own? That's not even yours. Why are you so hungry for that? Kill bro? Oh, wait, well, we have to. That's the only logical conclusion. That's the only place this actually goes from here. Be like Jinichi, don't rush things. Just take your time. It doesn't matter how a pain on the neck will be. Just let everything out when it's already too late. Yeah. Drop out. Where were you when they were jumping me? God, jump him. I mean, I can't do it because he's on my team now. So. I will admit, JJK world building still does feel non-existent for me. My examples are the big three clans. Well, what would you like for them to expand on the clans? Because I feel like the clans aren't very important. Right? Like, the Gojo clan is obviously ruled by Gojo, who's super chill. And Gojo doesn't like people fighting or doing weird shit anyways. So, any updates we get on the clan would be meaningless because Gojo's not going to... He's not going to let his own clan tarnish his name and create more conflict and strife in the world. The Zenin clan we get plenty of. They're all horrible. And the Camo clan is kind of bad because the leader used to be Kenjaku. And also Retreat, the current Camo, like he's garbage. Just because he's blind, right? They even let Kenjaku... Oh, bro. I can't say that. That's a spoiler. But, like, I don't know if there's much to expand on with the clans. It felt useless to mention. I think they just wanted to establish that there was 3 clans. They didn't have to... you don't have to expand on them just because they're there. I think they just wanted to mention that there are 3. I wish we could get a 6th person. I'm gonna wait a bit. I don't know if it was answerable. There be any sparking with stream? No. Would you crack Yuji's mom? Okay. See, the obvious answer sounds like yes, but 2 points. 1, we know who Yuji's mom is. 2, if you know Yuji's mom's cursed technique, which I'm not gonna say, because again, I don't want to spoil things for anime onlys. That is the kind of... Look, you can't take that. You can't take that. You just can't. You're not strong enough. You want to know why you're not strong enough? Because the black hole isn't strong enough, so you're not strong enough. The fact that Jin could survive that is wild. Like, that's actually insane. Like, at the point of hitting, you know, the climax, I feel like the CT would have went off. Right? And Jin just tanked that. He just high-key, like, just tanked it. On everyone saw what cracking? Alright. The only thing that's gonna get cracked is your entire lower body. It's gonna be that stupid... It's gonna be that stupid image of the skeletons with, like, the crushed pelvises. I can't remember. Where's that? Which show is that even from? But I remember that being from, like, I don't remember. But I remember there's a meme image of, like, a skeleton of a crushed pelvis. And people always use it to, like, on 2B because she's like really heavy. Futurama? Oh, that's what's from. Okay, okay. That's funny. We need a new rant, Steve. It's a new year, so you gotta start off right. Well, what am I gonna rant about? Jin must have been top 5. There's no way. Oh, truly, he had to have been top 5. Top 5 Maestro. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I do want to be Topo, even though he's kind of cheeks. Death by Snoo Snoo, yeah. Sources say wrestlers taking notes on Jin's techniques. Honestly, yeah. Would Jin have been a freak? Bro, if his wife was actually dead and suddenly got back up from the grave and she was way more persistent on having a child, I think that would bring out anyone's freak. Like, that's not just Jin. I think that happens to all of us. The person you, like, love to your core, like, leaves you. And suddenly she's back. It's a miracle. And she's like, you know what? In case of something like that happens to me again, I think we should have a baby. Bro, you are going to turn into fucking Broly in that bedroom. You're not going to hold back at all. That shit's going to look like Goku going Super Saiyan 3 for the first time. You're going to be yelling your damn ears off. Survival and victory. The neighbors are just going to have to tank the noise you're going to make. Because that's the only thing that's going down. Where is the guy? I already said everyone could jump him, so there he is. There he is. Get that man. Get that man. Get that man right now. Kill that boy. Kill that boy. Kill that boy. Hey, Sinister, why are you sitting back? He screwed you over. Get him. Get him. Yeah, go get him. Kill him. Kill him. We'll just watch. Kill him. Kill that boy. Kill that boy. Kill that boy. There you go. See? Problem solved. Look, we live on a give and take system. What comes around goes around. If you jump others, you will be jumped in turn. That's just the way the world works. Treat people how you want to be treated. If you would put someone in a blender, they would put you in a blender. It be like that sometimes. It truly do. But sometimes, hey, that's how it be. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Why is the AI looking at me like I won't turn it like inside out in like 4 seconds? Boom. 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 There you go. Literally like a one Tupper combo and it's wraps. Okay, well, now we can actually like... Wait, where's the other human being on my team? Bro. Is he trolling? He just wants me to get ripped in two. Now, why are you chilling? Now, Piccolo, I see you. Why are you trying not to laugh, bro? Why, you're just gonna let me get ripped apart by 2 dudes? I see you. I see you. That's the way Omni-Man be watching Mark get murked by Battle Beast. He's like, yep, I'm just gonna watch. I mean, to be fair, he couldn't do anything about it, but... Do I think it's going to be a whole new game or a continuation? I'm not going to lie, Xenoverse 2 is barely a sequel of Xenoverse 1. I'm being serious. Like, the only thing that stays consistent is that Toa and Mira are in it. And, like, Trunks and Supreme have time. But, like, no mention of Demigra. It doesn't really matter, like, that Mira, like, came back because, like, he's still the same character. And so, like, he starts to develop later in the game. He starts to develop, I think, around the time you beat Bardock. Maybe? No, that's a lie. He develops around... Oh, shit. When you beat Kid Buu? Yeah, or Battle of Gods, right? Oh. Ooh. 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 Okay. Oh. Okay. Ooh. 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 Okay. Demigra fell off hard, not even in the manga he matters. Actually tragic. Okay. Did you block that? You're smarter than most. Oh. Let's just do this. Screw it. This is honestly the best use this move has to just get stamina back and just dick around. Oh, almost. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, hey. I did that way too late. I'm a fraud. No! His reach is so great. Okay, to be fair, Trunks is a kid. Okay. We have no time. It looks like we have 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Okay. All right. I don't know why, but I handled Toa, so don't worry. What do you mean you handled Toa? What do you mean by that? Elaborate. What do you mean by you handled Toa? This is also mega unfair, by the way. I'm just perma healing. Like, bro literally dies if one accident clips him. Meanwhile, I'm like at peak health. Boom. Yeah, Topa's defense is cheats. Actually, Bun's defense. Oh, it's over. Boom. Trash deserves to be toast, correct? In the manga, he gets hoed by base Xeno Goku. Oh, I would wrap it up. If Goku doesn't even need to transform, you gotta quit. Crazy how heroes made Toa more, and Demigra gave them auras. I see. How will this affect the Squadron meta? I see. Even the chat has upscales. Valorax wins. Haven't felt this bumped since the Yujo chapter. Oh, yeah. I mean, JJK can still be like doing hype stuff, and you'll still be like, damn, I feel bad for this character, like Haiki. Or you'll be like, damn, I feel bad for these people, like Haiki. You know? I was gonna say something, but like, man, I'm stupid. Let's see. I meant to say heroes gave Toa, Mira, and and Demigra more aura. Of course, of course. Bro handled Pulcra. I see. Breakers 2 2026. Breakers is literally about to like end of service. Like, when does Breakers end? I actually need to check. What, like, because there's a timer for how long that the season of Breakers is gonna last, and that, I guarantee you that timer is like the actual end of the game. So, you're not gonna play High God, Steed? No, High God's just too good. It's so good that I vow to not play it, so that way, people who are more skilled than me can have fun with it, you know? Okay. It doesn't matter, Steed? Oh, truly, bro. It doesn't matter is like the biggest hurt in the world. Let's see. I don't even know why the Bora... I don't even know why the Bora fought them with Cursed Spirits. Don't even kill Sumelians. Oh, Cursed Spirits still kill... what do you mean? Why Deborah fought them? Wait, who? Do you mean the humans? He fought the humans because Deborah himself, he actually does get attacked by Cursed Spirits. But the others of the Sumelians, fuck. Deborah's part of like the Deku Sente or some shit. I don't even know how to pronounce it. And then the others are all Rumelians. Rumelians are the ones that get along with Cursed Spirits. Deborah doesn't. And he's fighting for them. That's the only reason he's fighting. He uses his strength for others. So he's a good example of an antagonist that is like entirely a good person. And is still like laughably OP and everything. Rumelians don't get attacked, yeah. High Guard is the sparking zero of ball and gun. Is that true? That sounds fire. That's a fire way to describe it. High God is the ball and is the sparking zero of ball and gun. That sounds peak. They said Cursed Spirits only make them feel bad for them, but don't kill them. Like how the ones on their planet kill them. Yeah, Cursed Spirits are... I think Cursed Spirits are well, not exactly, but evolutionarily, they're really close to Callions, right? They don't attack Rumelians, and Rumelians can speak with them. And Rumelians also feel their pain when they pass. And the other aliens don't. The other aliens cannot speak to them. To the other aliens, it's just a Cursed Spirit the same way as to a human being. And the only reason why Deborah doesn't care is because Deborah is like invincible. A Cursed Spirit is literally not a threat on Deborah's life at all. He can just choose to avoid it. You know what I mean? if he wanted to, he could literally solo every cursed spirit on the planet because he's FTL. He could literally do that in like a few minutes if he wants to. But that's not the point. You know, he's for the most part he didn't really like fighting until, you know, just recently. And he does fight for other people. So he's not gonna kill the Callians because, you know, his people benefit from them. I don't think Age 1000 is Xenoverse free. Hey, that's a fair opinion to have. All right. However, I think it's also a fair opinion to go, it might be Xenoverse free. So, yar. Boom, 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 boom. A nice person takes a lot to crack, but when they crack, it is usually bad. Oh, truly always. I just finished my Wuwa 2.7 chapter. That I skipped. Why is Enrico the GOAT? Wait, how would you know he's the GOAT if you skipped it? Or did you just watch the rendered cutscene at the end and go, cool? I don't know why he's there, but that's nice. You want to play something else, King? We're at 112 likes. I didn't know we were that far. Thank you immensely, guys. Oh my goodness. But no, we're not gonna play something else. We'll get it. It's Xenoverse the whole day today. So, Nasty, because I don't like your answer, I'm gonna attack you verbally. Damn, it'd be like that sometimes. You know what? You said something that I don't agree with, so it's time to attack you. Fair enough. It'd be like that sometimes. That's just the way the world works. Do we not have a sixth person? You know what? Reset the room. That might fix it. Let's see. See, if Yuka bites it and nothing is done to help her, then I feel our boy is gone. That's mostly why I'm bummed. I feel like something will help Yuka, right? I don't feel like Yuka's life is just there to give Deborah a reason to fight. Deborah, if anything, might be able to connect. He might be able to connect with Tsurugi only fighting for his sister, who's also in a really bad situation. He might be like, oh my god, shit, you're right. And, I mean, Deborah can't beat Maharaga for the very obvious reason that it would end the ritual and then Yuka's actually cooked. But, yeah. I look forward to the next Curse Clash video. Sure, man. Hey, why not? I'll make another one. If you're willing to watch another one, I'll make it. Okay. Yuji's probably gonna tie her soul to his domain and revive with RCT. Who knows? I mean, I'm not saying that Yuji isn't a peak soul manipulator. He definitely is, but I don't know how far he can actually go. So, Deborah will become Babidi's underling when Babidi shows up on Earth. True. True. That's a good point. At first, I didn't understand why you called Gabrena Dante, but then I actually played her and it made sense. Yeah, Gabrena's definitely... I know people like to call any anime girl with like a super sword and a sword-based fighting style like Virgil, or if they have like demonic powers, but she's definitely Dante. If you want to say she's Bayonetta, that's also fine, but I think Dante is a bit... I mean, she's a combo, but if you're looking for one quick way to describe her, right, it's like Dante. Gege kills Yuka and removes his mask to reveal Fujimoto all along. Not gonna lie, that feels like a move Fujimoto would do. He would just have a character die and have it not matter to the plot or the characters at all. I'm about to rant. So guys, Nayuta, what happened with that? What happened with that? I don't think I can state. You cannot call Fujimoto a good writer. Or part 2 Fujimoto. You can't call him a good writer when the reaction to Nayuta and everything that happened with her is so quiet. One tweak sesh that he quickly gets over because a different devil jumps him. Okay? I'm the Eternity Devil. I'm here to basically resolve the Nayuta dilemma arc. Think of how lame that is, bro. We were just finally getting an arc where Asa finds out that Denji is Chainsaw Man. And Yoru is also like, I kind of fuck with him too. I'm not rushing to get like my perfect ending yet, where I turn him into a weapon and rule over the world. I'm okay with the way things are kind of like for now. And then you find out what happens to Nayuta. Denji goes apeshit, and he has a moment where he fights Asa, right? You think, oh shit, okay, this is gonna lead into something. And then all Asa does is get like a power up. And then some other devil jumps in and goes, if you make this contract with me, I'll help you. And Chainsaw Man goes, and the devil goes, okay. And domain expansions him. And now we don't have to think about Nayuta. Or the Asa Denji conflict or the character relations. We forget about it. We're done now. We don't have to worry about that. Now there's a new villain. Beat this guy up and the arc is over. Don't worry about that happening. The fuck? No. See, if Gege wrote that, people would be swimming through this nigga's like colon and ripping out his heart like a Japanese like kappa. Right? They would not be giving this guy any passes. But because Fujimoto wrote it, oh, it's fine, it's okay, it's I. All right, picture this. Yuji's like fighting like Sukuna or some shit at the end of the series. And Sukuna gets like a good hit on Yuji and he gets downed. And then like some rando curse comes out of nowhere. Let's just say like Mahito 2, right? Mahito 2 comes out of nowhere and he goes, oh, if you make a binding vow with me, Yuji, I can let you get back up so you can fight Sukuna. And Yuji goes, nah. And then Mahito does a domain expansion, and Yuji and Sukuna get pulled into the domain. And now they have to work together to get out of Mahito's domain. And then when they get out of Mahito's domain, they're not fighting each other anymore. Also, before this, the reason why they're fighting is because Megumi died. Megumi died. And then Yuji and Sukuna fight each other. And then Mahito's like, let's make a binding vow. And Yuji's like, nope. And then he domain expansions Yuji and Sukuna. And then, I know a third person gets pulled in. The octopus guy, right? Who's the octopus guy? Let's just make something up. Gojo. Gojo gets pulled into Mahito's domain as well. And all three of them are in there like, okay, how do we do this? And then they beat Mahito too. And then the next scene is all of them sitting in a restaurant, just like chilling. You know? Just chilling. You know, at the end, the chapter has a cliffhanger where Sukuna goes, I'm a curse, remember? To Gojo. And it's just a cliffhanger, because he doesn't actually shoot Gojo, he shoots the wall. Because Fujimoto is a fraud, he's a cliffhanger merchant, he's a bum. I tried to say that in the least spoiler way possible. I'm trying to not spoil both series. But that's what Fujimoto just wrote. He just wrote that. There's a viral tweet about Kwangshi is allowed to get hit because she's a woman. The Fujimoto glaze is unreal. The fuck? See, real talk, I feel like sometimes meta-wise Yuta and Maki are the heroes of JJK world and plot, whilst Yuji is like a curse on the plot whose presence makes everything worse. Maybe, but like, it's kind of hard to not call Yuji a hero when he gets Higuruma on their side, which is a big reason why anything even continues to work in the girling games. And when he is obviously the guy who fights Sukuna at the end, you know? Like, I don't know, beating a guy called King of Curses probably, I think that's kind of heroic. What else does Fujimoto do? Oh, boys. Hey, guys, you remember Fake Chainsaw Man? Or as I like to call him, or as I will be referring to him for the rest of the stream, Motor Saw Nigga. Right? We have Chainsaw Man, the real one, and Motor Saw Nigga. Right? Do you remember how he shows up and he kills that one girl? at the end of the chapter, and it's like super mysterious. And then he has a few more cameos. Oh shit! I don't know what this is gonna pay off to. Nah, I made a contract with another devil that has nothing to do with Chainsaw Man, and I became a fake Chainsaw Man, and I'm gonna get low diffed right away, so I can become a thrall, so I can get low diffed again, while doing a very bad hostage situation. Okay. That's it? Yeah. And we spent over 100 chapters hyping you up. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if it was over 100 chapters. Let me not say that. I don't know if it was over 100 chapters, but they spent more time hyping him up than like Chainsaw Man Part 1 like had arcs. Moto Saw Nigga was actually one of the most disappointing things ever, because I was actually really willing to, because that's when I had faith in Fujimoto. I was like, he wrote Chainsaw Man Part 1. That part was fire. Just be patient. And my patience was rewarded the same way how being patient in the desert is rewarded. You just fucking starve and die of thirst, and a scorpion will come out of nowhere and slowly eat your ballsack. And you can't do anything about it because you have no energy. So you're just like, fuck it. Chew away, little nigga. You know? You're just done. Motosaw Nigga and his friends, Strength and Maki. I need to stop checking Twitter. I can't escape Modulo spoilers. I'm trying. Yeah, I don't want to look at any more of Modulo until I get the real chapter. Yuji and Yuta are foils of each other because while similar, their journeys and the narrative treat them very differently. Yuta becomes blessed by the narrative while Yuji is cursed. Yeah, no, 100%. Bro knows a lot about Xenoverse. You could tell from his side chatting. You can't form me, Steed. Maybe chat, but not me. Me? If I knew anything, like how Bandai did give me an early copy of Code Vein, and I'm too, and I'm gonna stream it for you guys because I think you guys would really like that. If I did know anything, due to my connections at Bandai Namco, I wouldn't even be able to tell you. So, and it's not just me, by the way. It's everyone. Everyone who obviously has a connection to Bandai Namco was not able to tell you if, hypothetically, if we knew anything, right? All I can say for now is keep it 1,000. And yeah, Fake Saw Man and the weapon hybrid didn't matter. Oh yeah, no, they didn't matter. None of that mattered. That's so tragic, dude. Like, hold on, wait a minute. You know the Flame Devil nigga? Do we ever see him transform once? In part 2? He transformed in part 1 when he was just a random extra devil. Right? But in part 2, he's a major antagonist and he never transforms once. Right? He doesn't transform when he's assaulting Nayuta and Denji. He doesn't transform when he shows Denji what happened, what they did to Nayuta, right? At that place, right? He's like, hey, look, this is what we did to your stupid little bitch. Right? And he doesn't transform when he dies at the end. He's literally just there to just be like, I'm evil, and I'm also going to progress the plot now. Okay, thank you, Sarah from Zenless Zone Zero. Thank you for at least moving the plot forward, but you're not interesting at all. You know?
I'm so off on Chainsaw.
I called it GTS is gonna get delayed. They're aiming for 3 years in a row. Most anticipated game awards. Maybe. Is this all the people we have? Alright, we can probably spend the last 20 minutes of the stream just talking about Dragon Ball then and JJK. If that's all we have. He got low diffed beforehand. Oh yeah, I remember that. I hear how he did Yoshida. Bro, I think what happened to Yoshida was genuinely unnecessary. I think Fujimoto just realized he hadn't killed the character for shock value in a while, so he just did it. He was like, let's just make Yoshida's life just smell like poo. And he just did that for no reason. Because, like, why? Why would you do that? You couldn't think of any more interesting things for Yoshida to do. You just have to just go, hey, you know this thing that you've been doing your whole time? Now it's gone now. You can't do anything. Cool. Great. Nice. Awesome. Peak. Some would even say go to them God tier. Jiren mentality versus Yuji modulo mentality. I think both mentalities aren't good to have. Like, I feel like Yuji's mentality isn't a good thing either. because he's kind of regressed back into being a cog, but on a grander scale. Like before, he was a cog for the jujutsu hierarchy, right? But now he's like a cog for like the world itself. Like Yuji is only going by the rules of how he knows the world works, because he's fully aware of the soul and how, you know, existence works, right? So he knows what he needs to do in order for the best possible outcome. So yeah. You can play mission 100 for 20 minutes? Nah. 20 minutes is like enough time to do 2 mission 100 fights. Gojo saving Yuta leads to Maki Inumaki Panda's lives being saved, while Gojo saving Yuji ultimately leads to, yeah. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. Is there a new, no, there's no new Chainsaw Man chapters out, right? If there was, I would see people going, oh my god, this Chainsaw Man chapter was so fire. And then it's the biggest piece of dog shit. Steve, if you think Chainsaw Man is so bad, why do you even keep reading it? Two reasons. One, sunk cost. I already read all of part 1. I want to see how it ends. And 2, Chainsaw Man part 2 chapters genuinely take like a minute to read. Because there's so little dialogue and so much nonsense that you really can just go, okay. Now I see Asa Mitaka on the ground. And Denji's like, Asa, what devil is that? And she's like, I don't know. And then Fujimoto does his best chicken scratches, making the fight impossible to convey what's going on. Denji goes, who the hell are you? The devil doesn't answer him. They fight for a bit. She gives Denji his arm back, then he instantly kills the devil. And then she swaps back to Yoru and bangs him. And then the chapter ends. It's like, okay. If you turned that into an anime, that would genuinely be like a 50-second sequence. I know the Chainsaw Man, bro, Mappa right now is thinking, how the fuck are we going to animate Chainsaw Man Part 2, bro? We're legit going to have to put like 40 chapters to make 2 episodes. Right? Because the pacing is just piss and poo. What you're saying is Chainsaw Man is worse than One Punch Man? I don't know if I could go that far. One Punch Man is just... One Punch Man has 0 redeeming qualities right now. Like, if you want One Punch Man, you can legit just... Dragon Ball's back. You can just Dragon Ball, right? One Punch Man is the worst version of Dragon Ball. Objectively. The only thing it does well is that the art in the manga is nice and the season 1 anime has good animation. That's it. When I say One Punch Man, by the way, I'm talking about the manga and the anime, not the webcomic. The webcomic is still absolutely fine. It's peak, if anything. But yeah. I look, you want to see Shenra versus Yuji? You're asking... On Fire Force characters like fucking super giga universal and you want to see him fight Yuji? That'd be like saying, Fly with no wings versus the biggest slipper in my house. If you have to think about Yuji, that you can safely say the world would be a better place if he was never born without Sukuna or not have another vessel to reincarnate. Maybe, but they did create an era of peace after they beat Sukuna, so... Mappa dropping Chainsaw Man so part 2 gets animated by JC Staff. Oh, that might happen. That would be hilarious, actually. The worst the world would have to deal with without Yuji is Mahito, and Yuta could probably handle him. Yeah, maybe. Chainsaw Man daughter or One Punch Man son? They're both bad, but Chainsaw Man daughter is just giga pretentious. And I think I like pretentious people less than stupid people. So, well, I mean, pretentious people usually are stupid, but then they also think they're the smartest, which doesn't help. Alright, well, hold on, wait. I didn't read this One Punch Man chapter. Sewage Crocodile. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot we're in the Neo Heroes arc. Okay. Do I want to read One Punch Man? I kind of don't want to, but I'm already like a decent way into the chapter. Miasma reference. I'm pretty sure Yuji has thought about this a lot, so I think this is the worst mode Yuji wishes he was never born. And yeah, maybe, but I think current Yuji right now knows he needs to be alive so the world can work. You know? Guys, I want you guys to remember Yumiya and Metroid Prime 4 are still there alongside Code Vein 2. They are. And I think I've said this already. I think I'm just gonna finish Metroid Prime 4 off stream. Like, there's no way we're continuing that game. The game came out in December, a game I waited over 10 years for, and we're getting into February, and the game isn't finished. Like, I'm not. I think I'm just gonna stop streaming it. Yumiya, maybe. We'll get back to it. Maybe. Maybe. But Metroid Prime 4, I think I'm just gonna finish off stream. So yeah. Boom, 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 boom. I can feel like my soul like just burning away reading One Punch Man. I don't think I can finish this chapter. Please, Steve, I need to see Nina and Yumiya. I don't know, man. But Steve, what about tall, white, quiet girl in metal suits? I don't know. What about that? You're gonna finish off stream, bro. A giant cartoon anvil. I hope one just falls on you. Did someone pay you to play Yumiya? Now you went full DSP and wage quit? Nah. See, that's the thing. Someone did pay me to play Yumiya, but like the time I have to play the game, and first of all, I did not take into account how fucking stupidly long Yumiya is. Yumiya is way longer than Tales of Arise and is infinitely okay, not infinitely, but it's like way less fun. I was thinking, oh, Tales of Arise was great, and I was also a donated recommendation. Sure, I'm down for Yumiya, and I don't think it's anywhere near as fun as Tales of Arise. It's like straight up. So I am obligated to finish that one. See, that's why I can drop the game I love, Metroid, and I'm still going to play Yumiya because I was paid to play that one. I do have to finish it. So yeah. You're watching the new season of the Fallout TV show? Nope. I didn't even watch season 1, so there's no reason for me to watch the second. One of my friends is obsessed with Fallout, but like high key, she's got like no, she doesn't have bad taste. She actually has good taste. But I think she's too obsessed with Fallout. Someone pay bro to not finish it. I think that'd be disrespectful to the original donation. I'm sorry, man. We haven't seen Galaxy Butcher Z or Burning Jay today. I mean, people can get busy. It's people don't have to, show up to a stream just because you're streaming. So, okay. UF with Genshin with Genshin Squatch. I said Genshin, Jesus. Do I mess with it still? Yeah, of course. Give it a watch, Steed. It's not that long. I believe in you. Do you mean Yumiya? What do you mean by a watch? What should I? Oh, you mean the Fallout series? Nah, I'm good. I'm alright. I think the only reason I'd watch the Fallout TV show is so I can go, oh my god, yes, queen, to like my one friend that likes it. I have 2 friends that like Fallout. One, I'm not gonna lie, one of them is kind of obnoxious. I think he's a chill dude, but he's kind of obnoxious. And 2 is like a mentally stable girl. And I think I would only watch Fallout. So I could be like, hey, I watched the TV show and here's what I want to say about it. And she'll go, great, awesome. And then quickly over the course of the conversation, she'll find that I didn't like it. She'll go, oh my god, he's not glazing it. And then I'll somehow pivot my conversation about Fallout into how much I hate Chainsaw Man. And she'll go, okay, nigga. Alright, nigga. I hear you. So, I think that's the only thing that's going to happen if I watch Fallout. So yeah. Yo, official Elise art dropped on a Japanese account. You mean a Japanese Sonic account? That's pretty cool. Okay, what? More on Punch Man. Yeah, she was an idol, became... Does One Punch Man know it can end, and we'd be fine? Oh my god, did they have to animate? Well, not animate, but they have to draw her robotic boobs like that? That's kind of crazy. All right. Oh, there's a. Wait, that's the end of the chapter. Okay, that's cool, I guess. What do I even say about that chapter? It wasn't fucking interesting at all. The FU devil just comes and kills every character next chapter. Probably, right? Sounds like whenever I talk to my friend, it somehow ends with me talking about how much I hate Pokemon. Valid. If a conversation doesn't end with how much you hate something, then that means you're not speaking to your friends, because only your friends would understand that. Every time I queue up to play technical and squad, I either get paired up with bots or players of 30 IQ. Very tragic. Some would say downright unfortunate. Dare I say evil. I'm tired of looking at Chainsaw Man, man. Fuck this stupid, gross, dumb, stupid, shitty manga. I wish Chainsaw Man was good still. Alright, let's stop ranting about Chainsaw Man. What do I want to rant about this time? What do I want to rant about? I don't know. I don't think I have anything to rant about. Someone's gonna go, Okay. He lives in a pineapple under the sea. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. Chainsaw Man, One Punch Man, or Rent a Bum. Now, see, with Rent a Girlfriend, there's nothing to rant about because there's nothing there. I think I've always said this. I only rant about things that actually have potential. Not about things that are just bad. But Steve, you say Chainsaw Man and One Punch Man are bad. Yeah, they used to be good. They have potential. Gotenks and Frieza fighting for the title of worst technical. I see. You watched any of Fuji's other one-shots that got animated? Nope. The only one-shot I watched was the end of the Nayuta one-shot, because I'd already read the Nayuta one-shot before. Like, when Chainsaw Man ended, the first time in part 1, and there was a character called Nayuta, in another Fujimoto story, I was like, oh, I'm very interested in that. Let me read it. And I read it, and it was great. I liked it. I know Fujimoto like writes a lot of stories, but I'm not reading those because, one, I can't trust a Chainsaw Man fan's opinion on anything, because there are Chainsaw Man fans glazing part 2 right now as we speak. And 2, I feel like if I watched or read any of his other works that have been animated or that have been published, I probably wouldn't like it. I just think I wouldn't, you know? Like, what the hell happens in Goodbye Eri? A girl called Eri disappears. Like, okay, nigga. I'm sorry the overhaul got to her, but that's not my problem, you know? I have no idea what's gonna pull me to even check those stories out. So, I'm about to goon to my cack on Code Vein 2. Respectable. Gooning is the right of all sentient beings, to be honest. Chainsaw Man fell off. It fell off pretty hard, yeah. Like, Chainsaw Man Part 1 is fine. It's fine. It's literally gonna be fine, right? If like, Chainsaw Man Part 1 is the part you're watching right now, obviously. You'll know when you're in Part 2 because Chainsaw Man will end. It'll end. So you'll know when you're in Part 2. But Part 1 is fine. Part 1's really, really good. I think I mean this when I say honestly. Part 2 of Chainsaw Man, honestly, was better than, like... No, not Part 2. Fuck Part 2. Part 1 of Chainsaw Man was honestly better than, like, a lot of parts of JJK, in my opinion. I think as a whole, JJK obviously still beats Chainsaw Man for me. Because I love JJK. But there were... I remember there was a good portion where I liked Chainsaw Man Part 1 more than JJK. I do remember that. But now... Oh my goodness gracious, bro. Chainsaw Man Part 2 is competing with fucking Boruto for most dog shit sequel ever. Someone's gonna be like, that's not nice to say about Boruto. You're right. I'm giving it too much credit. Most dog shit sequel, not just in anime history, but all history. What was I gonna say, man? Bro, the way my brain just don't be working ever. I just be getting stun. I be stun locking myself when I'm trying to say something. For me, part 1 is an 8.5 out of 10, but part 2 is such a slog. What would I rate part 1? You know what? Let me do the Todo thing where I quickly. Let me go through all the arcs again. I think for me, Chainsaw Man Part 1 is a... I think it's a 7. I think it's a 7. Maybe if I reread it, I'll have a higher opinion of it. Because I do remember liking it more than it being a 7. It didn't feel like a 7 when I was reading it. But for now, it's a 7. What's a 10 out of 10 for me? I don't know if I have a 10. JJK is not a 10 for me. I would say JJK is like an 8 to a 9 for me, but I don't think it's a 10. I wouldn't even put... would I say Fullmetal Alchemist? I think Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is like a 10 out of 10 anime, but I haven't read the manga, so I don't know if the manga is fun to read or like great to read or anything. The anime for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is a 100% a 10 out of 10. But I've never read the manga, so I don't know about that. He hates it? Bruh. Oh my god, okay. Reminder Steed also fix solo leveling is a 10 out of 10. I might need to hit you with like an atomic blast because I don't know when you heard that. If it makes you feel better, I'll make a keyblade and I'll just ram it in your ear so I can get all the gunk out and help you out. Let me think. See, what's your take on Bleach? I've never read it, so any take I have on Bleach would be an objectively bad take because I don't know anything about Bleach. If I say something now, I'll just sound like a disingenuous like Twitter like fuck, just commenting on things they know nothing about. I don't like to do that because what can I even talk about if I don't know what it's about? What can I even talk about? You know, so. I'm just gonna say I have nothing to say about it for now. I'm sorry to let you guys down. See, read Fire Force? Oh, I'm good. I'm alright. I think I'd rather force myself to be on fire while reading something. Steve Glazer's Drama Queen, by the way. Bro, did Drama Queen get cancelled? I haven't heard shit about that. It was popping off because, oh my god, racist. The racist manga. It's so aura. Is it still going on? Manga plush by Shueisha. Skip. What's the newest chapter? Chapter 45. That chapter released 5 days ago. It's still going. Okay. Wow. I'm not gonna read this. I was gonna skim through it, but I'm not gonna read it. I've changed my mind. I think part 2 started falling off when reincarnated Makima died. I really like that naming scheme. Now she doesn't have a name. She's just reincarnated Makima. Yeah, that's... I think the Falling Devil, honestly. The Falling Devil is when it starts to get kind of, like, stupid and dumb and poo-poo. Falling Devils when it starts to get like stupid dumb and poo poo. But when after reincarnated Makima dies, that's when it's truly bad. Spoiler, Steve. I'm doing my best to not spoil it. Reincarnated Makima is such a funny term. Did I miss all the fights? Yes. Yes, our Chainsaw Man is only good when Kobeni is mentioned. This is such a true fact. By the way, let's talk about Kobeni's screen time in part 2. Right? What else? What else? Let's talk about Kishibe's screen time in part 2. I want to remind you that they hyped up Kishibe as like the GOAT with a devil contract that like we don't know, and he's like crazy, right? And what does part 2 do with that information? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Okay. We had her brother join, which we thought would lead to her coming back, but no. And it does look like Chainsaw Man Part 2 is ending soon, right? Like, there's no way of her doing all this big, stupid, high-stakes fight after killing off so many characters. Like, okay. The cast of Part 2... The main cast of Part 2 is Yoru, Asa, Denji, Yoshida... And if you want to say, like, the Death Devil and Nayuta as well, sure. Like, Fami and Nayuta, right? If those are all the main characters, then Yoshida's... Yoru's driving Asa's body and using it to commit war crimes. Literally. Denji's fighting Asa. Nayuta is... And Fami is technically dead until Denji feels like vomiting her back out or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? So that's like the conclusion. Like all the main characters are either dead or missing. And the last two main characters, or the two main characters, are fighting each other. So that's like the end, right? Is there a Frieza invasion going on right now? Yes. I'll tell you, I definitely take part in that if the bots were more difficult to defeat. They really need to make the bots more... yeah, they need to add more to it. When Fami's true name got revealed is what led me to having hope because that was hype. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I end the stream now. I have no idea what else to talk about. We did all of our conversation with Age 1000. And now we just ranted about other animes and stuff. So the Fake Saw Man came in and yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. Fake Saw Man. Fake Saw Man didn't do anything. Falling Devil's also dead. We need to see the Darkness Devil again, by the way. Weird. Like when Denji was like, oh, we're going back to hell, I was like, oh, this is a great time to revisit the Darkness Devil. Nope. And if you think part 1 is carried by side characters, part 2 has the glasses Justice Girl, but she didn't stay long. Is part 1 carried by side characters? I would say Chainsaw Man just had a good roster. Carried by side character sounds like just saying it has a good roster. I forgot what I was going to say. Boo, 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 boo. I thought Denji would be searching for the Blood Devil. Oh, yeah, right. I forgot. They even had a flashback to him remembering going on a boat ride with Power and Aki, right? But then later he's like, nope, I don't want to find Power. I want to remind you, if Gege wrote any of this, they would be crucifying him every day, every night. He would wake up and he would have to put up another cross and he'd have to nail himself to it. And then when it's time to go to bed, they let him sleep for an hour, then they let him do it again. But because Fujimoto's writing absolute dog shit, they're like, oh, speak actually. You just gotta be patient. You just gotta have faith. The same people who are saying you just have to have faith and wait and be patient and Fujimoto's cooking, every single chapter after Not I'd Win was getting criticized for the smallest thing. Every single chapter after Not I'd Win was getting criticized for the smallest thing ever in the whole universe. And it was used to say JJK only has hype and aura moments and no writing. And people genuinely believed that for so fucking long. In fact, there are still people who probably believe it to this day. Yeah, the series has no writing. That's why the fans care so much when a character dies. Fucking moron. Dingus. Versus Chainsaw Man Part 2. Niggas drop like flies and no one... Not even a pulse. From the heart to the veins. Nothing. No care. No. No, I will not let you be an idiot. And just go, hype and aura moments. You know, the only time people talk about Chainsaw Man is when a character shows their fucking panties or jerks someone off. Nope. 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 I'm not gonna let it slide. Nope. Can you tell I'm a very angry person? Oh my god, man. I think the modular situation would be salvageable if we got a flashback with Yuka and Yuji over the decision. We'll have to wait and see. Because if Yuka's like, I want to get smoked, then it'd be like, okay, you know, that's cool. But, yeah. Just glaze Yuji versus Panda. Yuji versus Panda is pretty good, yeah. I could tell. Yeah, man, look. I'm not trying to be, like, super angry. But, like, bro, it's so validating to see the position JJK is in after so many losers try to tell you it's not good. Like, brother, I'm sorry. The series speaks for itself, unlike yours. Unlike your series where you need to run to its defense 24/7 every single chapter. Let's chill. Let's relax. Let's take it easy. I don't know. I think this is a good place to end the stream because I'm just gonna rant again about something else. You know me, I can't help it. Rants be coming out like black flashes for me. They're just natural. They just come to me. So, yeah. Take a drink of water for us. You know what? You're right. Thank you for the reminder, Stefan. You are very, very, very cool for that. Oh my goodness gracious. Alberto mentioned it first. Oh, I'm a fraud then. Well, you know, thank you both of you. How about that? Also, if Aether has to ever face the shade of the Heavenly Principles, they're either going to be weaker than expected or Aether is going to completely outclassed and going to have to strat diff them. Maybe. Who knows? They'll probably be like every other Genshin antagonist where because they're women, they can't actually be fucking evil, so they just join your side. Only the men like Dotoria and Child and Scaramouche are like violent psychos that you need to beat the fuck out of. Even though Raiden Shogun's kill count has to be legendary. Right? And even if you disregard kills, the amount of people she's oppressed and ruined their lives. But she gets a pass because we had one domain expansion conversation of her. Exactly. We should do one-on-one matches sometimes? Yeah. Sometimes. Alright, let me not start ranting about Genshin too, because I'm going to start ranting about how Arlecchino's a stupid aura farmer, dude. I think I've said this before on stream too many times. Arlecchino is literally just like female Sung Jinwoo. except she gets a pass because she's a woman, and yeah, no, that's it. That's it.
Because she does nothing but aura farm.
I'm not gonna lie, Jinwoo shows more emotion than Arlecchino. I'm gonna say it. Jinwoo has more character than Arlecchino. Arlecchino literally just aura farms and beats up her children. Meanwhile, Jinwoo has to worry about his mother. He has to worry about paying the light bill. He even has the emotional scene when he saves his mother. He even actually struggles in fights, unlike Arlecchino. They keep putting Arlecchino in fights where she won't struggle so she can keep aura farming. And people will tell you Genshin is good writing, but it doesn't. It doesn't. Gacha game fans, don't trust them. Don't trust them. They've never played another game in their life. All right. Now we should wrap it up. We should wrap it up. Because I'm just gonna keep ranting. It's gonna keep happening. I can just keep chaining them like black flashes. It's just too easy. If you mean anime Jinwoo, oh no, I'm only whenever I speak about Jinwoo, I only mean anime because I didn't read the manhwa. I don't think I'll ever read Solo Leveling's manhwa now that I know it's objectively worse than the anime. It's like, why would I waste my time with that? Also, I don't get to hear Alex Lee as Jinwoo, so it'd be like that. All right. Well, yeah. Let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for joining me for this stream. Sorry that it was only a 2-hour stream. I low-key kind of let you down a little bit, but I do want to finish my Age 1000 video, and there's something else I wanted to finish too. Oh, and then obviously my video that's probably going to come out alongside that video. So I want to finish those, but for now I think this is a good place to end the stream. Do hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy the stream, leave a like on the stream. Don't forget to subscribe. It's a great support the channel. Hit the bell. There you go. Hit the bell, because that way you'll stay up to date on everything I'm doing, and I think that's a good place to end it. Now, Yap streams always appreciated. Okay, well, I'll do more Yap streams in the future if you guys really want to see them. But for now, I think this is a good place to end it. I do love you all, gang. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you fellas all next time. Love you all. I hope you enjoyed, and take care, and peace, homies. Stay cool and continue to be great people. Bye bye. Bye bye. I didn't want to stream Code Vein too soon, but I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I will. I think I'll just play that off stream. I hate to do that because it's a game I really want to share with you guys, but there's no way I can fit that game into my stupid schedule of wake up and make a video, stream, go to sleep, wake up and make a video, stream. So I think I'll just play that one off stream. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know. I wanna play the game. All right, I actually like Code Vein. I want to play it. So that'll be it. I love you all. Bye bye, gang. Stay cool.